The King of Fighters. Select member.
戦闘なら任せときな。
Super fighting robot, Maxima. Well, that's not actually correct. The guy is a cyborg, 80% machine and 20% man. I'll leave it to the disturbing imagination of you guys to visualize what bits are still flesh. I'll give you a freebie though. There is no way in the world those sideburns are real. Had to have been planted there permanently by a mechanic with a sick sense of humor. No living being of bone and blood would willingly make themselves look like they walked off the set of the Planet of the Apes. Questionable facial hair aside, what Maxima brings to the table is very unique in the King of Fighters. This cyborg's game revolves around the armor that's present in most of his moves. If you're new to the genre and don't know what armor is, it basically allows Maxima to start an attack, and during certain points of the move, he is almost completely invulnerable and nullifies all attacks while proceeding with his move uninterrupted. Notice that I did say almost. The caveat of all this armor is that it doesn't stop any low attacks, and the armor window for most moves is very brief, so getting the timing down can be tough. But master that timing and you have yourself a very powerful big man with great reach, excellent damage output, a frame 1 command grab, and the ability to blow through any offense. He's one of the slowest characters in the game, but when you hit as hard as Maxima, you only need 1 or 2 touches. Having meter with Maxima is certainly helpful, but he doesn't need a ton to maximize that damage output. Mid is a nice spot for this $1,000,000 man. This guide is going to be a bit different, as this moveset segment is going to focus more on his normals than any other part of his moveset. Reason for that is because this is where you'll find the majority of his armored moves. As you can see, his normals are pretty slow, may actually be the slowest in the game. But before I get to the treasure within these normals, I should mention real quick that crouching heavy punch is whiff cancelable, close light kick is a low, and that jumping heavy punch is a really good cross-up move. Alright, now let's get into Maxima's armor. No, not like that. Usually found in the startup of his moves, this armor effect absorbs any attacks, and I mean any, coming his way for a brief moment, negating any damage while Maxima's attack trucks along. Don't have the exact frame numbers for you, but I can at least show you where in the animation the armor starts. First is Far Standing Heavy Punch, which has the most generous of all armor windows. From the moment this move starts to the actual extension of his fist, he cannot be harmed. Shame that this one isn't special cancelable, but understandable since it has so much armor. A max mode cancel or a super after this move isn't a bad way to go. 2 punches that are fully cancelable though are Crouching Heavy Punch and Close Heavy Punch, but they do have the trade-off you're probably thinking of. Much smaller armor window. For Close Heavy Punch, the armor is active during this time where Maxima is loading up the elbow. This is a 2-hitting normal and either one can be cancelled. Same cancel rules apply to Crouching Heavy Punch, which has really good range but possibly the smallest window of them all. It is only active when Maxima is pulling his arm back. A split second later or earlier, he is wide open. Maxima's punches aren't the only moves with armor. Far Heavy Kick and Close Heavy Kick also have it. The Far Heavy Kick armor is pretty long lasting, but can throw you off a bit due to where it starts. The window actually starts here, when Maxima has his knee pulled up to his chest. Like Far Heavy Punch, this move is not command normal or special cancelable, but this slow normal does do the most damage out of any other in Maxima's set. Close Heavy Kick armor starts right before the full extension of the knee, and this move is fully cancelable. There's one more normal that has the effect, and that is his blowback. Like the kicks, this one starts in the middle of the move, specifically here once Maxima starts swinging his fists. Remember, his armor can nullify any attacks in the game that aren't long-lasting supers or lows, so if you're going to use him, make sure you put some time towards learning the timing of these windows. Once you do, you'll be able to dissuade almost any offensive game plans and let Maxima himself go on the offense. Once he gets that offense going, you can use moves like Maxima Missile, Down Forward, and Heavy Punch. There are some other command normals in the game that are meant to be anti-airs but get outclassed by some other option. This is one of those few times I'll say that a command normal anti-air is actually the best option. This move is fast, has good range, sets airborne opponents up for combos, and it's very safe compared to his other anti-air option. Plus, it can be used as combo filler. Combo filler that sets up moves like Vapor Cannon, Quarter Circle Back, and Punch. This straight punch will be one of Maxima's main combo enders. It causes a hard knockdown and sends the opponent flying towards the corner. Light version is faster, heavy version does more damage, and the EX version causes a wall bounce that sets up combos. In every other KOF game Maxima appears in, the heavy version has armor to make up for the lack of speed, but either that's gone now or I just really suck with the timing, because I spent a good 30 minutes or so getting Maxima hit in every single way trying to find the armor on this special, and came up with failure. And speaking of failure, you can also use this move in the air, but honestly it isn't a very good idea. Way more unsafe than grounded Vapor Cannon, and it leaves Maxima in the air much too long to be useful as DP bait. It can combo off his jumping punches, and the EX version has armor, so there's something positive, I guess. Blitz Cannon is the next special, Z motion forward and kick. This is Maxima's anti-air grab, functions pretty much the same as any other anti-air, except this one causes a hard knockdown. Very unsafe if whiffed. I personally only use this move as a follow-up to Maxima Missile, or as an ender with the EX version. Said version makes the move able to hit grounded opponents, has armor on startup, and does more damage. Another option for grabbing opponents on the ground is Maxima Press, half circle back, and kick. The light version of this move is a frame 1 command grab, making it great for punishing and ending combos. The heavy has Maxima dash forward, catching the opponent in the grab, and the EX version isn't a command grab, meaning it can be blocked. But it has the greatest corner carry of any move in the game. This thing can literally take you from corner to corner. Every version is also able to be followed up with Vapor Cannon. If you're mid-screen and want to keep the opponent close, maybe skip this follow-up. Last special is a brand new move for the big man, Maxima Charge, half circle forward and punch. Light version is the fastest but has the least horizontal movement. The heavy and EX versions go further and are more interesting as these moves have armor on them. I guess they stole it from heavy and EX Vapor Cannon. EX version has much more armor than the heavy version, can be plus on block, does more damage, and causes a hard knockdown. Any version of Maxima Charge is pretty good as an approaching tool, as long as you don't use it too close to the opponent. The closer Maxima is, the more unsafe this move becomes. Two more moves, and they are straightforward supers. The first is double Vapor Cannon, double quarter circle forward, and punch. This one is lacking in range, but it has armor on startup, and if you're close enough, this is the super ender you want to try and hit, as it does more damage than his other super. But if the opponent is too far away, Maxima has Atomic Laser, double quarter circle forward, and kick. Use this for any combos that have sent the opponent too far away for double Vapor Cannon, or as a punishment tool for projectile tossers. I've seen many people call Maxima a grappler, but I don't think that's the way to go with him. He's got too much effective range, too much armor, and too much potential damage from his other specials to spend the entire match looking to land Maxima Press. Maxima is more of a approaching wall that punches back. Use the armor on his normals to swat away attempts at offense from your opponents and back them into the corner with Vapor Cannon. Once they're there, you can catch any attempted jumping escapes with a Maxima Missile and Blitz Cannon, or if they'd rather sit in the corner, you can approach with the properly spaced Maxima Charge or the riskier Maxima Press. If you're up against Maxima, you need to go fast and you need to go low. You're more than likely going to have the speed advantage here, so use that to punish any of Maxima's slow normals as he throws them out. and if the player using him keeps throwing out his armored moves, you can always go low as there is no armor there to help him.
This move might decide the entire match!
Analysis complete and data shared. Maxima's guide is done. If you enjoyed this guide or found it helpful, please subscribe to this channel of mine, like the video, and leave a comment below. Next time, we're getting whipped.
This move might decide the entire match! All eyes are on the winner of that fierce fight! Winner!
データ通りにいかない相手ほど厄介なもんはないぜ。